It is officially February 6th, and here is your evening news rundown. As always, this is going to be about 4 or 5 minutes in length. I'm going to run through all the news you may have missed from today. I'm feeling better than ever. To all those who have become paid subscribers over the past several hours, thank you so much. Your support allows me to continue doing this work. If you want to support my work and you haven't done so, the easiest way to do so is by clicking the button below and becoming a paid subscriber today. So, with that, let's just jump right into it. The first news of the day is that this was a very bad legal day for the Trump administration. First, a Massachusetts federal judge placed a temporary pause on the deferred resignation, the buyout that the Trump administration was offering to federal employees. The deadline was today, February 6th, but the Massachusetts judge said, we're going to pause that deadline at least until Monday and potentially even longer, given the questions of whether or not that deferred resignation program, the buyout, is even legal. But that's not all. A Ronald Reagan appointee in Seattle blasted the Trump administration and issued a nationwide temporary or preliminary injunction on Donald Trump's birthright citizenship executive order, which would have changed the definition of birthright citizenship to no longer include Americans who were born in the United States, just to two undocumented parents. And as a result, this Reagan appointee said, absolutely not. We're issuing an indefinite preliminary injunction. That executive order is paused. So, a bad day for the Trump administration in court. But that's not all. Today, a top DOGE staffer who worked with Elon Musk had to resign over racist posts on his social media accounts. He wrote, quote, he previously advocated for repealing the Civil Rights Act, backed a, quote, eugenic immigration policy, and wrote, you could not pay me to marry outside of my ethnicity. And as a result, this top DOGE staffer, who was one of the two who had access to the sensitive Treasury Department payment systems, has been forced to resign. Now, 12 states have said now that they will be filing a lawsuit challenging DOGE's access to government payment system containing personal data. So that lawsuit is coming as well. Today, the Trump administration has also disbanded the task force targeting Russian oligarchs in the Department of Justice, along with the task force designed to target and combat foreign interference in elections. Both of those have been disbanded. According to Semaphore's exclusive reporting, the Trump team is considering a shipping container company to house migrants, essentially using their containers or their other equipment to house migrants. In addition, the White House is preparing an executive order to potentially cut thousands of federal health workers at organizations like the CDC, the NIH, and others. The Washington Post has reported that DOGE is feeding sensitive federal data to AI in an effort to figure out which cuts it should make in government spending. The Trump administration has signed an executive order sanctioning the International Criminal Court following the arrest warrants issued against Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The AFL-CIO has asked a judge to block Elon Musk's DOGE from Labor Department systems, citing concerns over probes into his company. Democrats were successful in forcing a 1-week delay of the nomination or confirmation vote of Kash Patel to be the next FBI director. The United States government sued Illinois and Chicago specifically for impeding immigration-related efforts. New Housing Secretary Scott Turner says that privatizing Fannie Mac and Freddie Mae will be a priority now that he has been sworn in to office. And Donald Trump has announced that he will be creating a task force through the Department of Justice to eradicate what he calls, quote, anti-Christian bias. That's a lot of news. And that's all the news that you may have missed over the past several hours. As always, if you want to support my work, the easiest way to do so is by clicking the button below. I'll have a personal piece out tonight on my Substack as well. And then I'll see you in the morning for my morning news report. As always, thank you guys so much for your support and see you guys soon.